I'm just trying to, I'm just taking this opportunity. Remember, we had a committee of the whole, no, last January on the vaccination program. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
And now that there is a bill in front of us, we are continuing the discussion now on our vaccination program. And we know right now na mas mabilis yung private sector. Maybe there's something that the private sector can teach the NTF on how to go about this.
Less limitations.
Diba?
Yes, Your Honor. I think that's in many things mas mabilis to talaga ang private sector. Opo.
Yeah, but also the local government. Why is it that the local government has been able to perfect a contract and yet the national government has not been able to? Okay. My next question pala, Mr. President, is this. Isn't it correct that we've provided already in the budget, in the GAA, sufficient funding for the purpose of vaccines for all adult Filipinos 18 and above?
Yes, Your Honor. And I must put on record that it was on your initiative that we placed that, because much of that funding was not in the NEP or the National Expenditure Program. And we inserted it here in the Senate, Your Honor, at his honor's prodding.
Thank you for that. But the point is this. And in fact, during the testimony, during our committee of the whole hearings, that the Secretary Galvez said that we can be assured that we will have 148 million vaccines available within the year. Isn't that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, if that is correct, and isn't it correct that best case scenario, we would be able to vaccine or inoculate at least 50 to 70 million Filipinos? That there is enough for 70 million Filipinos in the national budget, which is the entire population of 18 and above.
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct. The funding is there, Your Honor.
Is there. Okay, so the question arises now. Kung kompleto na yung funding, why do you think that local government units want to purchase their own vaccine?
I think they may have a different priority from those in government. Maybe they feel they can do it quicker and faster, Your Honor, and perhaps they want to help also the national government, Your Honor.
Okay.
May I intercede, Senator Recto?
If I may finish this point, Madam, and I will.
Senator Villar can answer all the questions of Senator Recto, Mr. President, if she wants.
No, I just want to say
Are you
that the local government are purchasing because they don't think the national government can purchase for them.
I was going to get to that. Mr. President. So,
Senator Angara, Senator, are you allowing interjections?
Yes, of course, Mr. President.
All right, go ahead, Senator.
I value.
I've said it.
I value. It is the same reason why. Okay, what Senator Villar said is my impression is that the local governments stepped up to the plate and said, o sige, payagan na ninyo kami mag-negotiate because tingin nila, there are at least two reasons. One is they think that they can procure it faster than the national government. Okay? What is be another reason, Mr. President, why the local government units are interested to purchase their own vaccines?
Your Honor, I think the choice of brand is also another factor that's been pointed out to me by a resource person. Some local governments wish to prefer a certain brand over another. Perhaps they have done their own research and
correct. Okay. Hindi kaya ba nabahala yung local government because lagi sinasabi sa palasyo na halimbawa, ang mauuna yung Sinopharm, Sinovac, or whatever. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor. I think hindi naman not referring to any brand
FDA.
in particular, Your Honor,
Yes.
but I think they wanted greater freedom or greater latitude when it came to actually choosing the particular
Correct.
vaccines.
So,
Your Honor.
so they want to offer their constituency choices. Isn't that
Correct,
correct?
Your Honor. That's I think that's 100% correct, Your Honor.
Ah, at di ba, hindi ba nababahala yung tao ngayon, marami ayaw magpabakuna. But if you offer them choices that, okay, we have 2 or 3 brands available, maybe mas gaganda yung take-up ng vaccine din to a certain degree. So would you say that these are some of the reasons why the local government units are stepping up to the plate, so to speak,
Yes, Your Honor.
and wanting to purchase their own vaccines?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. President, just very quickly, with the permission again of Senators Recto and Angara, just a quick interjection.
Yes, Your Honor, please.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. And I think one major reason to respond to the query of Senator Recto is the last 10 months, 11 months of delays. The delay in the ayuda of 4 months. The delay in the testing laboratories of several months. The delay in delivery of PPEs. The delay in contract tracing. And all other delays because of precisely procurement, bureaucratic red tape. And so the local governments in the last 11 months, sa kanila hinahanap yung contact tracing, sa kanila hinahanap yung testing, sa kanila hinahanap yung ayuda. Eh sabi siguro nila, tayo nang kumuha dahil sa atin hinahanap at nagkakaroon ng sobrang delay sa bureaucracia. I think that is also a major reason why the local governments want to step up. For the record, Mr. President, thank you.
Tama po yun, Mr. President. Yung ibang local governments gusto talaga magpakitang gilas at to prove that they are up to the task and that they have the welfare of their constituents
Yes.
at the forefront
Correct,
of their
correct.
thinking. Pero meron din pong, may nakausap din po akong mga local chief executives na hindi naman bibili ng sarili nila despite our measure which would facilitate the purchase. Ayaw naman nila bumili dahil ayaw naman nila na sila yung masisisi daw sa kapag may side effect yung mga vaccines.
Yes, that is also correct, Mr. President. Well, not only that, but there are also local government units that do not have the resources.
That's correct.
To begin with,
That's
Mr.
correct.
President. And they will be relying on the national government to do the purchases. Okay.
Tama po, Mr. President. Tama po.
Yes. Okay. So it is only the richer cities and maybe a few rich municipalities. In fact, not all the cities would be willing to purchase vaccines because they don't have the resources to begin with. But again, let us put on record that supposed to be there are sufficient funds. So it doesn't make sense, unless, like I said, that the local government units think that they can do it faster and promote choices to give their constituency more choices in the selection of vaccine. Okay, so moving forward, Mr. President. Okay, section
The permission of the two gentlemen.
Senator Cayetano is recognized.
The permission of the sponsor, Senator Angara,
Oh, yes,
and our
certainly.
Senate President Pro Temp. I just wanted to echo what the Senate President Pro Temp mentioned about the fact that we do have the resources. I was just in a meeting that Secretary Dominguez asked me to have with his USEC Mark Joven, about the funding, the vaccination, and all that. And clearly, there is funding. No, we have the multilateral agreements, loans that are available. The facilities are available, and it will cover the entire population that we want to vaccinate. So it continues to confuse me. I brought this up in the two out of the three hearings that we had in the Committee of the Whole. What exactly is the role of the funding that the local governments are providing. And the Senate President pro temp, I think, kind of said, is it because they're not confident that it will be delivered to them, or that they want to ensure that they think that they can get it faster? Because that continues to baffle me. It baffles me to no end that the government has set up this multilateral facility that is available at very good terms, and yet local governments, because they want to take care, I know that, because they want to take care of their constituents, are also setting aside funding. And I kept on saying, I wish this could be clear, because that is funding that they could be using on other aspects of the expenses related to the whole vaccination, the whole healthcare, and the whole recover from COVID. So I just put that out there because it continues to baffle me. And I don't seem to, no one is telling them not to, because they want to take care of their constituents. We understand that. So sayang na lang yung ano, because if you really look at the resources, I'm pretty sure the funding that DOF got is probably the best ever. And maybe that's where the two gentlemen can put on record from their experience or knowledge that they probably got the best terms ever. It's the best use of money, because the rates to borrow those funds are very, very favorable. That's all, Mr. President. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that to our good chair of Ways and Means, Your Honor, Mr. President.
Senator Villar is raising her hand. Go ahead.
Basically, it was a question to the good sponsor. No, are you like me, equally baffled?
I'm not
you
baffled
know,
because I didn't know that much. I didn't know as much as you, Your Honor. So I'm not
so now I
baffled.
made you baffled.
I'm not baffled yet, but now
you're
now that
baffled.
you mentioned it,
I mean, that's just hanging out there. That's what I'm saying. No?
Yes.
If we really care about our resources, shouldn't somebody be taking a position and saying, look, LGUs, we can assure you that we can purchase this and deliver to you sooner than later. And therefore, you can use, that's going to be a few millions for those who propose to set aside funding for that, right? So yun lang naman for them to be able to think about this. Kasi like
Yes,
I said, nobody questions that their desire is to make it available to their frontliners and the most vulnerable of their population. But I just feel it's a lack of coordination or lack of...
I was about to say that, Your Honor, it could be an
Yes.
information asymmetry. Maybe the local governments do not know about this, and perhaps the information has not been disseminated enough for them to make their decisions. Mr.
The
President.
Senate President pro temp said that it's just their level of confidence that if they do this, they feel like this will ensure that it gets to me sooner.
Yes.
But is that true? Is that true? So, and Secretary Duque, who is sitting behind the sponsor, is shaking his head. So, you know what I mean? Let's be clear about these things, because this is valuable resources that could be used maybe to have more safety guards in place so that kids can go back to school. It's 11 months.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's all related.
Yeah, I see your point, Your Honor and Mr. President.
Again, let me reiterate, Mr. President. So one is the speed in getting the vaccines, and that's why the local government units want to do their purchase. And the second is to provide their constituency with choices. Kasi nababahala sila in the beginning, para sinasabi, kung ano yung nandyan, yun ang ibibigay sa inyo. Diba? And referring to some Chinese branded vaccines, not that I'm against it, Mr. President, pero nababahala yung mga ibang local government units. And precisely why? Let me ask now the sponsor. Has any local government vaccine, what are the brands of the local government vaccines have they lined up to purchase?
Mostly AstraZeneca, Mr. President, Your Honor.
Mostly AstraZeneca, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Meron ba nag-line up for Sinopharm o Sinovac?
Before you answer, Senator Villar is seeking the floor. Go ahead.
Wala pa ho. If I may answer, Mr. President, before
Okay.
Senator Villar, wala pa ho daw dun sa iba kasi hindi pa daw bukas yon sa mga local governments.
Yes.
Kami kasi, Senator Recto, in Las Piñas, we bought two kinds, AstraZeneca and Novavax.
Yes.
We ordered,
Yes.
and they have signed it. Oh.
Yes.
So,
Thank you for
hindi lang AstraZeneca. And we are, Senator Recto, we are buying because we're afraid that there will be no vaccine that will arrive in Las Piñas. And even the private sector, kaya sila bumibili, natatakot sila na walang vaccine na dadating sa kanila. Yung tagal natin ng pagbili ng vaccine, parang dinadoubt nila kung may dadating na vaccine. Kaya hindi
Yes.
sila, this is not misuse of resources. I told our mayor na kahit
Yes.
wala ka nang magawa sa Las Piñas, basta i-vaccinate mo mga tao, matutuwa ang tao sa'yo. So we're buying.
So,
We're buying for the whole use of Las Piñas except our yung, di ba may entitlement tayo sa COVAX na 20%? Yun lang ang
Yes.
hindi namin binili, yung entitlement sa COVAX. Oh.
Okay. So the intervention of Senator Villar bolsters my claim earlier that the local government units want to purchase because they think that they can do it faster, one, two, to provide choices, as I mentioned earlier. Even if there is sufficient resources supposed to be at the national government level. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
So
Yes.
thank you for that.